before you begin any task, the first process is thinking about doing so. So let's say you're sitting down on the couch and you have the thought of going to see if your laundry's done. So you just stand up, walk over, find your laundry in your room is ready to go in the washer, or maybe the laundry in the washer is ready to be placed in the dryer. So you put it in, the task is done, you go back to whatever you're doing in life it was on. So there's like a formula that we're kind of like unaware of. And understanding this formula is like kind of like helps us to understand how our thoughts work, because this is how our thoughts work with everything. We just don't really always realize it. And so this is why I'm here. This is literally why I do this, to help people kind of understand how their mind works. So at first, like, we have the idea in mind, which is just like we're sitting there. It's like, laundry needs to be done. And then we have the location, which is, the laundry room, obviously. And then and then in order to drive our action to actually take that laundry and do it and bring the, clothes from our bedrooms to the laundry room, we have to have the will. In order to drive our action, we need the will to complete a task, the desire to have the clean laundry. So in order to follow through with our will, we need the reasoning to complete a task. So we need to clean clothing for work, obvious reasons, work, school, whatever. All this stuff is pretty simple, and I made it simple for that reason. It's simple to understand, just breaking it down. So from that, then comes the decision to do it. And the decision is really just allowing ourselves to experience the results, which is clean clothing, funny enough. And then the decision also means taking action and moving forward with an idea. And after that, it creates results. The laundry's done, ready to wear. It's that simple. It all started with that thought. That thought of doing laundry brought us to that destination. And I do change this in the book to weight loss, and you'll see in a minute. So as soon as we have the location and destination established in our mind, our actions begin to lead us there automatically. That's the thing with decisions. When we decide to lose weight, our actions, our subconscious mind will lead us to do those things. So I decide to do laundry so that I can have clean clothes for work. The conscious decision leads to subconscious action. So when deciding to do laundry, which is like us just basically thinking about the end result, clean, full of laundry so that we can go to work, our subconscious automatically goes to the laundry room, pours the soap, works the machine, folds the laundry. That stuff, we don't think about that stuff. It just happens from that decision. Mm-hmm. So, this is basically and it goes on for me to further explain, but basically what I'm trying to say is, well, obviously what I just said is once we have the decision, our subconscious follows suit. But I don't know where I have it in here, but I'll just explain it now, even if we go over it again. But what happens if we don't know how to do laundry? Well, if we don't know how to do laundry, then, but we still make that decision because we need clean clothes from work, our subconscious is still going to bring us through the steps to get there. Now, it's not going to be walking to the laundry room or pouring the soap, working the machine, folding laundry. It's going to look differently. Literally, maybe maybe you've never done laundry in your life. But by making that decision, you're going to be more likely to, you might have a thought in your mind to go on Google and research it. You might call your mom, you might call your grandma, you might ask a friend for help. Honestly, you might even hire somebody. But the fact remains, when you make that decision, you automatically fill in those things. And I think you can relate to times in your life where you didn't know how to do something, but you genuinely made that decision and you kind of just figured out how to get there. Your subconscious mind just brought you to that destination of whatever you wanted to achieve. The more we realize this, the more we can use that for our own, benefit and produce results in our life. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is when we don't really believe something is possible, like before when I didn't believe I could lose weight or I thought it would be too hard, I could not make that authentic decision, that authentic why, of that authentic, like, just hell yes, like I want to move forward and lose weight. Like I know I can achieve this.
Mhm.
And it was only when I did that I started to do those things. And it took me, a few years. I've learned so much since that moment. I decided to change my life. And I became more receptive to people who gave me advice. There's just magic in the universe where somebody will come along your way, you'll come across an article that just directly speaks to you, and it's like, that's exactly what you need. That's part of the decision that you've already made for yourself. And maybe even this call for you is a decision that you've already made for yourself, and this is a representation of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just never know how it works. And so I like to go kind of break down the thought process even more. So I like to go through the variations of thought, which demonstrates the process that we go through. So the first one is the idea of doing laundry. And, as you see, we have, like, at all times, we have these clouds of thought floating through our minds: hobbies, work, kids, food, money, music for you and me, laundry, exercise, whatever it may be. Like, there's probably a million other clouds we could put there. The first thing is the idea of doing laundry, which is just like sort of a knowing that you should do it, but it just quickly passes, as we didn't focus too much on it, and it just slipped from our awareness. And we usually have multiple ideas at all times. So the second variation of thought, it's kind of like the next level, is the thought of doing laundry. It's more than just an idea at this point, because you kind of like zoom into it a little bit more, and all of a sudden, up here you see just the laundry, but when you start to think about it more, then you start to think about the things that are associated to it more, like clean clothes, work, sense of accomplishment, and so forth. So just that's the same. I'm just making sure this is what I said. This is the same thought that floats by our mind, only we consciously bring more awareness to it and realizing that you need to do it for various reasons. In other words, we essentially zoom into the idea that floats by our minds. Okay, I just already said that without even realizing I said it. So the third one is the visualized completion of the laundry already being done. So when we visualize the completion of the task, we feel that sense of fulfillment, completion, ease, and understanding that's going to save you a lot of hassle to, either scrounge for clean clothes for work in the morning or throw them in the quick wash and wear them half damp on the way to work. So we want to be like, this is kind of how we can, when we realize the process of our thoughts, we can use it to our advantage, like I said. So when it comes to, if it's weight loss you want, if it's music or whatever it may be, the more you think about it, the more you visualize the completion of it and make that decision to get that to that destination, that number 3, like, that's when your subconscious is going to do the things to get there. And you're going to be more receptive to get there. Like, when we see something with our mind's eye, something we desire, the more likely it is to fuel our actions to bring us there and make it happen. So, really just like breaking down how the thoughts work. And I kind of go in here with the weight loss thing. So just to elaborate on what we just talked about. So first we have the idea in mind: I should lose weight with no real vision. And then when we consciously choose to zoom into the idea thought of losing weight, then comes the location, which is weight loss. That's the destination, losing weight. Then once we have the destination in mind, and as we move our awareness and zoom into the thought of weight loss, we start thinking about what it would be like to have an athletic physique, wearing clothing we haven't worn in years, get back to that high school weight, live pain-free, have more energy, live longer, and so on. The more we visualize the destination, the greater feeling we will have towards the desired outcome, which heavily fuels the next important aspect. Because in order to drive our action, we then need the will to complete the task of weight loss. The desire to feel a certain way is associated to the outcome of weight loss. So the stronger feelings we have towards losing weight, the greater our desire will be to achieve that. And the greater the desire, the greater drive we will have to help us take the necessary action to make weight loss happen. This is why all those law of attraction people and new age woo shit, like they like they get one aspect of the picture where it's like, yes, like you do need to visualize the outcome, because that's going to fuel your emotions, because our emotions drive our whole life. Like when things are more emotionally fueled, you're going to put the drive in it to go get it. You're gonna have more willpower to go get that. The Olympic athlete I was talking to today, her name's Courtney Sorrell, by the way, and she has such a drive, and she was telling me how emotional she is and how emotional the sport of speed skating is. And she has to have that in order to get to her goals. Like that's what helped her get to the Olympics. That's what helped her. She didn't, like, now her story kind of goes, it was one success to get to the Olympics, but she didn't do as well as she wanted to, and she got down about it. She almost quit. She like took way too much time off after the Olympics, which is the most recent Olympics. And then she came back because she changed her mindset, and she won 4 gold medals this year, because Team Canada goes and does competitions all around the world when there's no Olympics. And so that was really driven by like the emotion she had fueled to it, the decision that she made for herself, and the mindset. She got rid of that self-doubt that she couldn't do it. Like she's never won a gold medal until this year, and she's won 4. And it's all just the mindset. And we were talking about how on those, a lot of Olympic sports and competitions, like some people say it's just like a battle of the mindset. These athletes are kind of, it goes to whoever thinks they're going to win the most, essentially, and whoever believes in themselves most. Because the ones who believe in themselves most, and obviously they still got to train, but they're going to put more effort into their training. They're going to be more driven to go do the training and stuff. So you see how it trails forward like that. It's kind of just pulls us there.
Yeah.
And then in order to follow through with our will, even after we develop those feelings, we need the reason. So, and that just further, the more reasons it fuels our drive to get there. So for some people it can be kids. For me, it was, like I told you in the beginning, just feeling better versus feeling like crap. And also I also have a fascination with becoming the best version of myself in every single way. I know that's like a never-ending journey, but it just kind of makes it fun for me. I'm naturally competitive, so it's just a way for me to gain some more motivation. And I also have a fascination with like testing the human body's limits, and kind of making myself harder to kill, essentially. And how long can I sustain this? Like, how can I feel the best for as long as possible, and like be that 1%, not the 99%. So yeah, we need the reasoning to lose weight, which can be health, wellness, quality of life, confidence, better experiences, and so on. So essentially more pleasure and less pain, like I talked about. And then finally we make the decision, like I talked about before. So that's just actively shifting your awareness to a desired outcome and deciding to move forward towards that outcome. Making the conscious decision then drives our subconscious action, which allows us to complete the necessary steps along the way to bring us to our weight loss goal. So that just creates results. So just some key points. Making a decision is really the allowing of ourselves to experience the desired results. Feelings can prevent us from taking action at the same time. Feelings are what fuel our ability to take action, and decision means taking action and moving forward. So there's a lot more to this. This is just like a gist of it. It's why I kind of wrote a book about it. It's a short book, and that's why I created a program. But this is just one aspect to changing your mindset, and that's like understanding our thought process. And the more you become aware of your thought process, the more you'll be able to change your life.